Some people cook for applause, others cook for the future. What happens in a kitchen goes beyond the food on the plate. Welcome to the farmhouse, where food isn't just cooked, it's considered. Nothing here is accidental. Every choice has a reason. And here, the story doesn't start in the kitchen, it starts in the ground.
How long you been cooking, man?
2.5, almost 3 years now.
And what gets you into cooking?
This gentleman right there, so yeah. That gentleman there teach me everything that I know so far. You know what I mean? I started off as a porter, and you see the better in me. You know what I mean? It wasn't always the best you man, but try thing. You know what I mean? I want to put your head on, you can get anything good.
Yeah, my name is Nathan Critchlow, from the parish of St. Peter.
And what do you do here at Peg Farm?
I'm the chef and the co-owner of the farmhouse restaurant here at Peg Farm.
Okay, so tell me about this. What makes it special? What makes it stand out among other restaurants in Barbados?
And what makes it stand out is that we located on a farm. We inland, and we surrounded by nature. You know, you got a nice cliff above the restaurant. They got a gully side as well too. And again, we on farmland. So when you come to the restaurant, it's a good look around. You got nice foliage. You know, if you go on the deck itself too, you can see the ocean. You know, you can see the coast, the south coast. Yeah. And when you go to the other side of the property, you can also see Bathsheba and the east coast. So we are very unique.
I'm being farm to table, right? How long have you been interested in that personally?
Personally, I would say around 6 years. I was really interested in the farm to table. I met the late Paul Bourne, and I fell in love with this place, man. When I came here, the gardens were really beautiful. You had everything you could think about on this property. You had the pigs, you had the chickens, both layers and broilers. Listen, I had the best papaws I ever had in Barbados from this property here. I mean, people used to come from all over Barbados to buy these papaws from here. That's a yams, man, that are huge. You know, so I really fell in love with this concept after I came to this farm. Yeah, that's what really get me into really cooking with a lot of local ingredients more so. You know, I mean, I used to do it before, but not on a large scale.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously too, you know, we work with the guys in the community as well. Got some guys that got breadfruit trees on their property. They got planting. You know, so we go into the communities. You know, we purchase from them. So again, you're helping out the youngsters in the community as well too, putting a little change in the pocket. So I love this whole concept. Instead of, you know, dealing with larger companies, again, you deal with smaller people in the community, and you help to lift them up as well too.
Yeah, man. Okay, so in what ways do you think that the younger folks who are wanting to get into the food business could take that community involved approach?
Man, listen, it's happened already, you know, like when you go into villages, especially the country, you know, you also be putting the block under the tree roasting breadfruit.
Okay.
So it be like saying that in us already, it's just a matter of working together then, you know, and trying to build something together, you know. But in us already, they grew up in town. But when they first went in the country, like when I would say it was like 12, 13, like first time they actually tasted roast breadfruit. You know, right in St. Peter.
How it is?
I love a roast breadfruit. If you get a good yellow meat roast breadfruit, right? And we get some baked beans and some tuna, some butter, and boom, that was it. And that are real nice. And these things that we do in communities from young. You got little people so small, so and I mean communities doing these things. You know, so it do exist, but you know, we just gotta push it on a larger scale now and really work together and push this whole local sustainability thing, you know.
What's a piece of advice you would give to a young person who wants to enter the food business as an entrepreneur?
Geez, son, you gotta got heart. You gotta be tough. You can't be a little softy when in this business. Again, you get a lot of challenges. When you work for people, you know, you should give my all, you should get a full 100. You know, you should embrace challenges. Because again, you learn from these challenges. And you gotta push yourself, because when you run a business yourself, know everything at you. In a head chef to run to know, in a CEO to run to use everything. You know, you got plumbing issues, the porter calling, you know, the custodian calling, you gotta clean toilets. So you gotta be willing to do all of these things, you know, in order to make your business a success. You know, and you gotta try to obviously find the right people. That is one of the biggest challenges that I've had throughout the years. You know, trying to find the right people. But I mean, you keep looking at eventually they come. You gotta set your standards high, and you gotta ensure that the people that fall under you also carry those standards. If you don't hold them standards, you know the standards gonna drop right across the board, and it can be harder for you to be as successful as you can be. You know, so always keep your standards high. You gotta be able to grind and just have a never say die attitude. You know, just keep grinding all the time.
Yeah, man. The best meal to get here.
To get here right now, we're gonna be the short rib. I love boy, I say short rib. Burger, we're good too. The burger is exceptional.
Yeah, I should try the burger.
Yeah. Our burger also has a dry aged fat, right?
What I do?
Yeah, my dry ages is kind of change the texture, the different flavor profile, to enrich the beef.
Okay. What's underneath the short rib?
Scallop breadfruit.
Oh, son.
Yeah, scallop breadfruit.
You make it from scratch?
Yeah, yeah.
How long that take?
Probably half hour. It's not that long of a task, you know. It's just pour out the breadfruit, basically, mash it up a little bit, and make a nice cheese sauce. And cheese sauce, we're going up for salt, pepper, garlic, preferably roasted garlic, or you can use fresh garlic too, but.
And now send yourself a message 5 years from now.
5 years from now,
Send them a message.
geez, I will tell myself, nah. Keep pushing, keep cranking. Nothing don't happen overnight. You know, everything is take time. You know, so you just go plan now, you know, put things in place. Obviously, want to keep this concept running. Keep pushing yourself. Don't be discouraged. You know, things will be hard. You can got setbacks, but in the day, once you got that vision, once you got that goal, once you write it down, and you keep sleeping upon it, keep thinking about it, you know, keep believing in the Father, pushing yourself.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna succeed. You know, so just keep cranking it.
We plant trees not for ourselves, but for those who will sit in the shade. When you cook with care today, you feed tomorrow. When ingredients are respected and sustainability leads the menu, the impact outlives the chef. Now, let's step further into the world of cooking as an art form. Welcome to Kitchen on Canvas.